Well, retrocausality is, think of it as a metaphor. It appears as if you have retrocausality, but it's not really the case. It appears that way. You can look at it that way. It seems to be that way, just like the delayed erasure experiments, in quantum physics. You have a result that takes place at a screen, and then you change things later on after that result's done, and the result changes according to what changes you've made even after the result was already done. You make changes, and those changes are reflected in the results. So that says, oh, there's a retrocausality. I changed something a minute later, and the results are already done, changed to represent that thing I did. So it looks as if there is retrocausality. True. But that doesn't mean that there is retrocausality. It just looks that way. There are other mechanisms by which that works, and so it's fine. Let people call it that, because that is what it seems to be.
What is your take on retrocausality?
Well, the take, like in the quantum experiment, is that reality is just potential. It's a potential thing until the measurement's made. So if I've got something that's already happened at the screen, but that's never been given out, that's never, nobody's ever seen it, well, then it's still just potential. It hasn't happened yet. So then I make changes later, and now what was potential on the screen, the potential changes, and now it's something different. It's not like it was A and then turned into B. It never was A. It was just potentially A and then turned into B, because it was also potentially B. The potential was there to be both. And it, when the experiment was all over, the final potential state that it was left in was B. But we just assume that it was in A first, then it got changed to be retrocausally. It was changed. But that's because we assume that reality is not a virtual reality. We assume that reality is a material reality, and of course it isn't. And so retrocausality is an appearance, but it isn't actually a fact.
I'm Tom Campbell. I'm glad you're here. I hope you're enjoying the content. If you do like our content, then you should consider being a Patreon member, because Patreon members get early access to our special content. You will also be able to get your questions answered by me in special Q&A sessions just for the Patreon members. And most importantly, your contribution as a patron member will enable us to produce the content that you're looking for. So thank you.